Hey GenX, it's time to wake up to the new corporate playbook. And guess what? None of it's good for you. So if you've recently exited corporate or you're still in corporate, I'd love to hear from you on this. The CEOs are not playing by the same rules where they used to pretend at least a little bit to care about the people within the organization. The goal of this new playbook is super simple. It's short-term shareholder value. That's it. Because what in return does that equal? C-suite compensation. So let's break this down a bit. So the first step you've probably seen or part of is what I'll call the low-hanging fruit. How do we find the low expense? I wrote this down, so I'll reference my notes. First is phantom PIPs, right? Are they pushing out really good employees that have never had a problem before? All of a sudden PIPs are popping up. 2, forced return to office mandates, right? This is just another veiled excuse to get people to quit. And then 3 is job consolidations and dry promotions, right? They're consolidating positions in order to save money and promoting people without paying them there. So call this the short-term, low-hanging fruit expense reduction part. 2 is, layoffs and outsourcing. So once that plan doesn't drive the numbers that they're looking for, the expense reduction, they're going to look to outsource any job they can and then ultimately just reduce headcount. They'll figure it out later. So that's step 2 in the playbook. And 3, let's not forget the stock buyback. So to really improve the shareholder value, let's buy back the stock and artificially inflate the share price. Because guess what? Shareholders win. Shareholders win. Guess who else wins? The C-suite. So, this playbook, you're seeing it play out over and over. You've got Amazon, you've got Dell, to an extent Microsoft, maybe not forcing full return to office. But this is just a rinse and repeat process. And, one of the biggest reasons why is I looked up the average tenure of, I think it's Fortune 500 CEOs, and 40% are between 1 and 5 years. That's right in line with what these short-term plans are. They're trying to maximize, again, the share price so they can optimize their compensation in the short term while they're there. Because I was curious to see how many CEOs were actually there long-term so they could implement a long-term vision. Only 8% have tenures exceeding 20 years. 8% of, I think, the Fortune 500 CEOs have been there that long. So you're going to see this over and over again and not even pretending about the people aspect of it. So if you're curious and looking for a way out, I talk about, and we have a free Slack community called the Escapee Collective. Almost 1,100 now Gen Xers, plus a few boomers and a few millennials in there as well. You're looking for what's next. So if you're looking for a community, some insights, some education, and connect with others outside of what the corporate world looks like, come join us. I've got a link in my bio. It's the top link in my link tree. Just drop me your name and email address and we will get you signed up. And if you're in corporate, good luck.